What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and as usual, we're going to be going over the charts. But before we begin, make sure you take a second out, scroll down, smash that thumbs up. Also, leave your comments throughout the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think we've bottomed on Bitcoin, we've bottomed on all the markets, or if this is just a relief rally, which I believe it is, and I'll show you why throughout the video. We're going to go over a few different charts, including the DXY, Bitcoin. We'll even look at gold and silver at the end, so stick around for that. As you guys know, I am right in the middle of, we've finally broken ground on the house. I'm going to be going over the day. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I'll post where we're at on that today. I know they dug a lot while I was on vacation. As most of you guys know, we went on vacation in Salem, Massachusetts for the Halloween weekend. It was pretty awesome. If you guys never been there, I do suggest going to check it out. It was a good time. A lot of stuff going on there. It's a pretty cool city, very clean. I did enjoy it. So anyways, just thought I'd throw that out there. I also posted the place we stayed on my Twitter account. My Twitter account is in the links down below. If you look below the video, I have my trusted links along with my social media links. Please use those links, and because there is a lot of scammers on Twitter and fake crypto savvy accounts and whatnot. The real link is down below. So anyways, let's get into it. So this is the Dow Jones. In our channel, we've been watching. There is room on the RSI to come retest this trend line one more time. So that is possible that we get one more push up. Now, I flip bullish if we open and close a daily above this 33,300 point range, which I don't see. Now we can get a wick up there, maybe even close up there if we get a rally. But remember, Fed Powell speaks tomorrow, so be careful, guys. Anyways, right now, if we look at, I threw the fib extensions on here from this top to this bottom. We did break through our 0.618, which was 32.1. Our next point of resistance is the 786, about 33,050 points, somewhere in that range. Doesn't mean we can't wake up, but it closed below this. Most likely we're going to continue down. I don't see us breaking this and continuing up for a bull run. Like I said, if you look down here, we do have room for one more little push up. But remember that last time we hit this trend line, actually, let me straighten this trend line out just a bit. There we go. Last time we hit this trend line, we got a huge rejection to the downside. As you guys know, I think we're going to come down and at least test this around 27.7. And if that breaks, we have much lower targets for the Dow. Much lower than this too. We won't go over that right now. We'll see how this starts to play out. We'll start looking at that if we break this bottom trend line here. Looking at the DXY on the weekly. Remember in the 80s, this is what happened. We also had inflation in the 80s. Prices were skyrocketing. Everything just like right now with the interest rates on mortgages going way up. Same type deal we had over here. If you could see this little pullback we had here right after our jump, kind of about where we're at now. This pullback was about 10%. We're at about 4% here. I think that pullback's going to be up in this range, the 122 range. As you can see, we've broken this trend line. And right now, the support on that trend line lies right around this 110 area. It's actually, if we came back down to test it again, it would be around 109.75. It is possible we get back down to here, but if we do, I think it'll just be a massive bounce. You can see the rally we got off it when we tagged it last time. Let's take a look at the daily chart and see what's going on here. As you guys know, I showed what I thought was a ABC correction here. Right here is where we bounced off the white trend line. Now, we came back up, got above the points or the golden pocket area, but right now we're flirting with it again. Once we break this 111, our next point is going to be around 112, and I think we're going to continue on our way. But there is still the possibility we come down to this 1-to-1 extension around 109.24. I don't see us going below that. Now, if the DXY breaks below this and starts coming back down to this trend line again, down to the bottom around 104, 105, which would also be the 200 EMA, then I see Bitcoin having one more rally, possibly into the mid-20s. I don't think that's going to happen, but it doesn't matter what I think. What I'm showing you are the areas to watch for breaks in this channel, and we'll take a look at that on the Bitcoin chart also. But as of right now, I don't see us going lower than this 109. Let's just say 109. If we break below that 109, it could get ugly for the bears. Bitcoin could have a little rally there, but like I said, I don't see it going above the mid 20,000 range, even if it rallies, which I don't think it's going to. Let's take a look at pre-markets real quick. Pre-markets as of the time of making this video, which is around 7:18 a.m. Eastern. The Dow is up 214, S&P up 36, and NASDAQ up 136. Now, as you guys know, that doesn't really mean much till the market's open. But again, could get a little rally up to as high as 33.3. If we break that 33.3, then Bitcoin possibly could have bottomed. I still don't think so. And like I said, I'll show you why in this video. But that's where I'm at right now with the DXY and all that. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT. By far the best crypto exchange out there. You can also trade Dow, S&P, gold, silver, oil, pre-markets, post-markets, everything all from one exchange. That link's down below. If you use my link and promo code SAVVY50, you can get up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margin. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin on the daily, right? I showed you guys this last Thursday that the golden pocket area did get rejected. We were expecting that. Now our support is 21,460. A break of that, we come back down to the 19.9. A break of the 19.9, then we're going to come retest that 19.2 range. Remember, if we break this 18.2 range at any time, that is going to be a massive short opportunity, guys. I'll show you my targets here in a minute, but as you can see, we had higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. That's hidden bearish divergence. Hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend, and if we zoom out on the daily, the trend is down, guys. I know a lot of people are getting super bullish, but unless we have a turnaround in the macro, there is no reason to be expecting new all-time highs or expecting the bottom to be in. If the bottom is in, we will know in the macro, which if you're playing safe, you will wait for the macro validation or invalidation of the bear trend, right? So as of right now, right here, our 0.5 fib is around 20,460. We break that. Our next support is going to be around the 19.9, may bounce around in here for a while and continue down. But if we do break this, we could go as high as the 21.8, and we would still be making hidden bearish divergence because we would make a higher high in the RSI, which would still be a lower low. So unless the daily can close above the 22.4, this thing is still bearish, guys. Be careful. We've talked about this for since December when I started talking about it was actually December 2nd. I started talking about the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart. And I told you in a bear market bubble pop pattern, you have to watch because you'll get drops and then you'll get little relief rallies. In every little relief rally, which you've seen, and I think we are continuing to see, every little relief rally just gets squashed and reverses back to the downside. We continue making lower highs and lower lows. I still believe that is what is happening, and I will show you in the longer term charts. Just be careful out there, guys. Don't get emotionally attached to anything in any market. And everybody says Bitcoin's different because it's got a limited amount of coins. Well, those limited amount of coins can be broken up a lot. I don't even know the exact amount, but when you break it down to Satoshis, there's a whole lot more than there are any stocks, right? So just be careful with a lot of the narrative, the perma bulls push. And I'm not saying that Bitcoin's never going to reach a new all-time high, which it's possible it doesn't. And I'll show you in the charts. But there's no guarantees that it ever does reach a new all-time high. Although I believe if it does succeed, we are going to go super high, but it's not going to be in the next few years. It's going to be way out. And again, I'll show you that in the coming charts. But as of right now, what I'm seeing here is our rejection at the point 618, which is our golden pocket zone. Unless we can break this area, then like I said, our next stop's around 21.8. 21.8 breaks, then we go test this top over here. So we can get a wake up there. But remember, a daily close above, unless we close a daily above 22.4, this is hidden bearish divergence. It remains. All right, let's take a look at the daily here. So we've been looking at this falling channel, and if we do have a massive rally today or tomorrow, we could be getting up to this 25,000 range, right in that area. And it's not going to be to the penny, but if we do get a rally here, I do see a major rejection right here. And you can see if we put a trend line from this top to this top, we've made lower highs and we've made higher highs in the RSI down here. That is hidden bearish divergence. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Well, first we'll take a look at what's going on right here. So these are my targets for the break of that 18.2. We break 18.2. I've been talking about this for months and months. Then I see 14.5. 14.5, we should get a bounce there. Get everyone bullish again. Get another rally. Bottom is in. Blah, blah, blah. Same thing all the way down, guys. But anyways, get a rally here. Once we break this 14.5, my next target's around 75 to 8,500. And I do believe this will be sometime in February or March, and it's going to be a false bottom if this bubble pattern plays out that I've been explaining to you guys. This is huge opportunity. I don't understand why people think if an asset goes down, that's negative. It's positive if you play it correctly. If you would have listened when we were talking about it on December 2nd, that this Amazon chart seemed to be playing out, you would have made a lot of money in shorts. You'd still be in your shorts, right? But anyways, false bottom, February or March, maybe rally into April or so, back up to this 14 range, and then continue down. I do believe we can still see that 35 to 4,500 sometime in the middle or end of next year. Let's take a look at the weekly. So on the weekly, these were our measured moves. We nailed them. Once we broke this, we had a measured move right here. Right here, we had this measured move, the break of this trend, down to this 25,000 range, which boom, we nailed it. And then we made another bear flag, and we take our flagpole, put it over. We were calling for 17.5, boom, nailed it. And right here, this is a rising broadening wedge. And what does that tell us? That gets us to that 14.5 on the weekly. That's what I've been talking about forever. Now, macro, talking about the macro. If we get a weekly close above this trend line on the weekly, and I'll show you in the other chart too, then that would negate the whole bear theory here. That would negate the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart. And then we could start looking bullish. But in the macro, anything below this trend line on the weekly is still bearish. And I'll show you how it compares to Amazon in a minute. Let's take a look at, you know what? Did we go into the 4 hour here? Let's go into the 4 hour over here. Forgot to talk about this. So we broke this triangle right here, and the measured move of that is 21.5. So that's another area to watch for. If we get a big rally up into there, that would probably be a good place to short. And we would make a lower low in the RSI here and a lower high in the RSI here, a higher high in the RSI here, which would be regular bearish divergence. And that is in this little uptrend that's on the 4 hour. So when you're looking for divergence, if you're looking in smaller time frames, you got to look at the smaller time frames. So in the 4 hour, we're in an uptrend. So regular bearish divergence would be a lower high in the RSI, higher high in the price action if we do get to that 21.5 range. And that would be a great spot to short there. So that's what I'm looking at. But remember, until we break this 18.2 range, I don't know why this moved here. But yeah, until we break this 18.2 range, there's no real massive short opportunity. But once we break this, guys, like I said, look for 14.5. All right, let's go into the Bitcoin compared to Amazon chart. So this is the chart from December 2nd. I also made a video. I'll leave that up top at the end of this video if you guys want to check it out. I'll also leave a Prime XPT tutorial up top at the end of the video. So make sure you check that out. This is the area I believe we're in right now. But as you can see right here, we did not break this trend line. We had 3 attempts, just like we're having here, right? Let me move this over so you can see it. Just like we had here. Once we break this, I believe that'll be the false bottom, right? just like it was back here. Once this broke right here, we had a false bottom, came back down to retest, making a lower low. And remember, guys, the whole time I've been talking about how bubble pop patterns work, right? You get a drop to a low, you get a rally up, everyone gets bullish again, only to make a new lower low. Then you get another rally. And each time everybody just wishes they would have sold the top all the way down, all the way down. I've showed you the same pattern in Sony. There's another one in Nintendo. It's a bubble pop pattern. This is not an Elliott wave count. So people say you got wave 3 wrong or wave 5 wrong. This isn't an Elliott wave count, guys. This is a bubble pop pattern. Bubble pop pattern, right? This is how they pop. They have a false bottom down here. Come up. This was a 100% rally. Now, looking at that in a 4-hour time frame, it's going to look huge, right? This, I'm not saying that you know, this could be a great place to long. Put in some longs here, long it, and then, you know, trail it with stop losses. So if it does come back down to make this lower low, and remember the timing. This, I'm looking for that 75 to 8,500 around February or March, not the end of this year. Everyone's stuck on it has to be in November or December because that's the 4-year cycle. Well, I believe this is going to be the end of everyone talking about the 4-year cycle stuff, and I'll show you again in the next chart. But what I believe will happen is a rejection here, come down, make our low, February or March, bounce up to April, maybe June, somewhere in that range, have a nice rally here. It'll look huge. This will be from, you know, maybe even 6,500 all the way up to 13, 14,000. It's going to look like the bottom is in, only for a quick reversal to make the lower, the ultimate bottom, middle or end of next year, right? Let's take a look at another chart here. So this is the same chart. It's just spread out. And if you'll notice, the Amazon took 10 years to break the all-time high. If Bitcoin was to do the same, that doesn't mean it's a 10-year bear market. The bear market would still end next year. You get a big rally, and look at that, 2025, that time that people are thinking you know, this is going to be to new all-time highs. That would look pretty crazy if it did. I would have to say that the world would use Bitcoin as a currency. If they announce that, maybe we get to rally that high. But otherwise, I'm looking for that low down here and then a rally all the way up to 35 to 40,000 again, and then possibly come back down into the 15, 16,000 range by 27 and then continue up. Now, remember, this gets invalidated if we break this 55 EMA before reaching this bottom. And right now, the 55 EMA on the weekly is around 29,900. So again, this is what I'm watching for. Until this is invalidated, this is what I'm playing by, right? All right, let's take a look at another chart. This is the same thing, Bitcoin compared to Amazon. And if we put this Amazon chart over top the Bitcoin chart right here, where does that show us? Right here in this bundle, right here. Just like we were over here. I mean, it's playing out beautifully. And this pattern, you can't deny it unless it's broken. So what this pattern's telling us is that we got much more downside to come, right? With a false bottom, big rally, and then the ultimate bottom sometime in the middle or end of next year. Again, if this gets invalidated, I will, you know, let you guys know it's invalidated for me. But as of right now, this shows no new all-time high till 2031, if this plays out this way. Now, one more thing, it doesn't have to play out tick for tick, right? This could end up looking a lot different. You know, it could do something like this, get our bottoms, and then, you know, it could look like anything, but the ultimate goal would be to get up to here. So the opportunities in front of us right now, if this plays out, are massive. So just wanted to put that out there. Like I said, if anything changes in the macro, I'll let you know. But so far, even our gold chart is playing out beautifully. This is about a year old. We've been looking for this 1561. If the 1561 breaks, 1432s are next. And then if things got really ugly, we have much, much lower targets for gold if we spread this out, right? 1211. First, we would have to break this 1400 area. If we break the 1400 area, I'd be looking for 1211. If that breaks, 1973. If that breaks, 669. All right, let's take a look at silver. Same thing with silver. We're back testing our resistance at that 20 range. And then I'm still, this chart also is a year old, looking for around that 1550. And same thing with silver. If things get really ugly, we could see like a $7 silver, just like we had this dump over here before the big rally. I'm not saying this stuff isn't going to rally again. I'm just saying it's going to be a while. I'm thinking maybe a year or so before we see some bottoms in all these assets. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash those thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, tick that notification bell. It will get you notified when I post new videos, and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the macro chart, and let me know what plays you're making, looking for, or waiting for. Thanks again, guys. I'm out.